Hey everybody. Sorry, I am sweating up a storm. It's so hot. Uh anyway, I got another movie I want to review, and this one I chose for the month of June for Father's Day movie month because it stars Harrison Ford and is my father's favorite actor of all time. And it's been a while since I've seen it. Came out in June 13th, 2003. So uh was uh, 21 years ago, pretty much. And talking about a star-studded cast, this was directed by Ron Shelton. Now, before we continue, please like and subscribe. Follow me in the links in the description below if you enjoy my channel and its contents. So, it stars Harrison Ford as Sergeant Joe Gallivan, Josh Hartnett as Detective Casey Calden, Lena Olin as Ruby, Bruce Greenwood as Lieutenant Mako, Isaiah Washington as Antoine Sartain, Lolita Davovich as Cleo Rickard, Keith David as Captain Leon, Master P as Julius Armas, Gladys Knight as Olivia Robideau, Lou Diamond Phillips as Wanda, Meredith Scott Lynn as Detective Jackson, James McDonald as Danny Broom, Corrupt as Oliver K. Robideau, Andre Benjamin as Silk Brown, Alan Dale as Commander Preston, Clyde Cosatu as Coroner Chung, Dwight Yoakam as Leroy Wisely, Martin Landau as Jerry Duran, K.D. Albert as Chantel, Eric Idle as a celebrity, Frank Sinatra Jr. as Marty Wheeler, Anthony Mackie as a crook named Joker, and Smokey Robinson shows up as some kind of cabbie. So there's a lot of famous people, especially, well, all of them are crazy famous, but more so in the early 2000s when there's really in the thick of it as far as hip hop and everything like that. But you also got those classic, idols like Frank Sinatra Jr. But anyway, in the movie, we got these rappers that was gunned down in this club, and there was one witness to the shooting that manages to escape, who saw everything. But the two gunmen were taken out, no witnesses, by this by these two figures. Wesley and Sartain. When we meet our detectives, one of them, played by Harrison Ford, Gallivan, is moonlighting as a real estate agent on the side, hopefully to try to get out of some debt, while Josh Hartnett's character, Calden, is trying to pursue an acting career because he just not feeling it as a cop anymore, which is kind of a what I appreciate about this, 'cause I remember going to see this around like in the theater with my brothers and my father, because it's probably the first time in a long time since I've seen it since. I remember as a kid enjoying it because it's a fun cop movie. It's an action film, and it has its funny moments. But what I like about this, it separates it from what you typically see from cop movies, is that they're not all in on cops. They're very unconventional kind of cops in a way, where it's like one is not like it's not like I'm getting too old for this shit kind of attitude. Like it's like I'm like trying to sell some real estate on the side. It was kind of funny, and you tend to forget that Harrison Ford has his funny moments if you give him the right material. And he's trying to broker a deal with I was gonna call him Masterpiece character, Master P. Master P, who was the club owner that had this shootout there, and he's trying to look for a home. He's moved from another state, and he's trying to find like a decent place. And I'm like, oh, well, I just happen to be like a real estate guy, so I can sell you this kind of thing. And I think it was Frank Sinatra Jr.'s character, Wheeler, who's trying to sell his spot. So he's trying to like, organize that on the side, which is kind of like a funny moment where he's getting all these calls and he's trying to like, okay, get this deal going on while he's trying to at the same time solve this murder case. And Jarvis Hartnett's character, Calden, is very like into this whole Zen and yogi stuff. He teaches a yoga class on the side while also happening to hook up with all these, well, not everybody, but it's just like a fair amount of girls that is attracted to him, while also pursuing an acting career, which is kind of funny considering that he is a legit actor. So it's kind of like meta. It's just like doing all that acting as a cop that's trying to work at acting. So while working the case, Mako and Eternal Affairs is trying to jam up the two detectives because he has an old grudge against Gallivan. I don't know why I keep blanking on his name. Because a long time ago, Malcolm arrested somebody on a particular case, but Gallivan proved that he got the wrong guy, which embarrassed him. So he's been held on a grudge since. Also, the woman that Ruby that Gallivan is in a relationship with used to be with Malco before they had like a falling out. So double the grudge. So while trying to get all the side stuff done, which offers the comedic effects, on that investigation, they come to learn that, okay, these rappers were signed to Sultane. They asked us some. Hey, Ian, thanks for the follow, man. They asked, him some questions, and he gives them the spiel about like, oh, some of these, rappers, they come from nothing, and I've, essentially come to save them, in a sense. This is a brutal, music. The music business is very brutal. Out of 10 potential artists, only one of them might end up breaking out into something to gain any kind of revenue from, who actually break it big. So throughout their investigation, they trying to find this mysterious witness, and they end up finding out this guy's name. Oh, and also on top of the fact that they realize that just so by coincidence, their victims that got shot up is in the same morgue as their actual killers who got burnt up when Sartain and Wesley tried to cover it up. So they end up trying to figure out, okay, the name, because the guy who pees himself on the crime scene, and they use that to figure out who that guy was, and finding out he is, where his mama lives, and they figure out, oh, he's sneaking out, and it leads on this kind of funny chase. And this dude is such a talkative idiot, and it just like, and I guess it's supposed to play it as being funny, but it comes off like, dude, you're arrested, you have the right to remain silent, shut the heck up. But it was like, a funny thing, and it's kind of, because being the older guy, of course, you can't have Harrison Ford doing too much running, even from back then. He played it smart. He took his car and drove around and clotheslined this fool, while Colden is doing this little chase around this little moat area. And Colden really doesn't want to go in that little lake where all the duck crap is everywhere. And but they nearly get assassinated by these mysterious guys with these high-powered kind of look like Gatling freaking guns. It's not that, but it might as well be the number of rounds that was being sprayed everywhere. So they go meet back up with the mom, who explains that before we get into it, it explains that the rappers apparently found out that Sartain was embezzling money from his clients, and they threatened to cease the contracts and getting lawyers involved. That's where he was the one who they pieced it together, like, oh, he took out his own clients so that any other clients will think twice about trying to get out of the contract with Sartain. And it turns out that Wesley, upon because we learned from the backstory of Colden that his dad was also a cop, and that drove him to become a cop, because maybe he's trying to, he always wanted to figure out what exactly happened, because after 4 months of investigation, rumor was that his partner, who was Wesley, was the one who took out his father in a sting operation, but the case went cold. So now he is in league with Sartain to try to cover it up, kind of personal hitman. So now, thanks to Ruby being like a local psychic and everything like that, took him down to this store where she goes inside to shop. But it so happens just across the street in the Escalade, Sartain and Wesley is driving up. And so they get it's probably the funnest, hilarious chase scene in a film that I've seen. And Colden taking a minivan with mom and the kids in the car, and he's trying to calm them all down because they all freaking out because he's thinking he's crazy. Uh, while Galvin tried to is literally going on a little kid bike trying to chase down Sartain while Colden going after Wesley. Galvin, chases Sartain inside a building up into the roof where they have like a fight, which causes Sartain to fall off the side of the roof to his death, while Colden, seemingly ambushed by Wesley, is held at gunpoint and using his acting skills, seemingly like he's begging for his life and being super pathetic, and it causes Wesley to lower his guard for just a brief moment to have to allow Colden to overpower him, and realizing he got him on recording because he always been recording his line reads for himself to play back, or at least for talent agents, where he's not only going to use it as proof that he was responsible for the death of his father, but also for talent agents to hear his skills. So in the end, the real estate stuff works out for Galvin, and Colden manages to put all his efforts into acting, but they end up getting called away to another case. And that's where the movie ends. It's kind of quick. It's probably one of the quickest movie reviews I did. It's not like a crazy stellar film, but it's short, sweet. I won't say short, sweet to the point, but it's like a fun cop movie. You enjoy cop movies, a good action cop movie. This one you should definitely check out. It's on HBO Max. It's a fun film, especially when you see Harrison Ford playing off, not only doing his Harrison Ford shtick, but also showing off some comedic chops. Because along that little chase scene, he runs past Master P, and he, Master P yells out, "I won't pay no more over $6 million." And he just, as he's chasing down Sartain, it's like he's yelling something like "I will call you." It's like, don't, like, it's trying to make sure you get the deal that he needs. That part was funny. But Mako ends up getting arrested because it turns out he was helping Wesley cover up their murders. So that was wrapped up pretty nicely. But yeah, it's an average film. Not like the greatest ever, but you will enjoy it. Definitely like a time capsule type of movie, because like the outfits a lot of people were wearing, it's like, dang, I remember like that was like the hottest outfits of the time. The early 2000s have their own particular style. It's not like something that from like 80s wardrobe or anything like that, but you just know it when you see it. And the types of outfits, it's like something you've seen like Britney Spears wear in the height of her popularity. That type of thing, especially, is or like you see like that style for the women, and for the style for the guys. Anything that you saw like Bow Wow or Omarion used to wear in their heyday, that would have been like the style of the era, just to give you like a good idea. But anyway, that was Hollywood Homicide. Like I said, that was pretty quick, but like a fun romp, and I was enjoying revisiting this movie. It was like I remember being such a fun movie, and it's still fun. I still enjoy it. But do yourself a favor and check it out. It's, you will enjoy it. Uh, but anyway, I will see you guys tomorrow. I'll be back streaming some more Borderlands, and maybe I can fit in some more Destiny while I'm at it too. But look forward to this Thursday as I wrap up Father's Day movie review month with the Tron films, because they recently announced they'll be in the process of filming the new Tron 3. So I'll be reviewing the first Tron film and Tron Legacy this Thursday. So look forward to that to wrap up Father's Day movie review month. So I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow. But have a good night. Take care. Be well.